money healthy than having money.
Guys, so welcome back to another podcast. Varun Dai, thank you so much. तपाईले मलाई टाइम दिनुभयो हजुरको.
Namaste. Welcome to Nepal.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to your motherland.
Thank you so much, Dai. Thank you so much for having us as well and giving your time. So that without delay, I'll just move to questions now.
Absolutely.
And as we both know, nothing prepared, so I have interesting questions. And plus, हिजो निकै जनाले चाहिँ मलाई म्याच पनि भन्नु थियो. Please मेरो यो क्वेशन सोधिनुस् न, यो क्वेशन सोधिनुस् न. So combine गरेर मैले लिएर आएको छु आज.
Sure.
First, Dai, what is money?
What is money?
हजुर.
What is money? That's a very broad question. Money can't buy happiness. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. Money, at the same time, people run after money, but what's more important is to grow the wealth. I think creating wealth is far better than just focusing and chasing after money.
Right.
And creation of wealth is when you look at the broader horizon of life. You know, wealth is something that gets passed on from generation to generation.
Yes.
And obviously, you know, in today's world, what I feel, what matters is, it's not what you have, but it's who you know. I think networking is something which is far more precious and far more wealthy than having money.
You're right. And yeah, like you said, wealth, money, wealth, if you focus, we can pass that on.
Yeah.
Money is like, if you have tomorrow, you might not have tomorrow.
Yeah.
But tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, so Arko Dai, how do you manage work-life balance? So, तपाईले अस्ति मलाई मेसेज गर्नुभयो, 2 days in Nepal.
Yeah.
So how do you manage that?
So my life is so hectic, and you've seen. I have meetings. I've got people meeting me probably after every half an hour. You've seen people walking out of my room. But I tend to manage it in a way that the way my growth is happening, the way we are growing. My personal time is actually required in the growth phase.
All right.
So we have a very, very robust plan for the next 3 years at least. You know, that's the horizon we take first. And I tend to start early. I start by 9. But I start actually at 7 o'clock moment I wake up. You know, your phone is your biggest work pad. So by the time I get to the office, I'm able to set the plan for the day in the morning itself. I work till about 7:38, and even after you go home, you know, the calls and emails and messages are endless. So while you're working, you know, you at least tend to sort of focus on what you like to do as well. Okay, and that's what I do. I take out time for the family. I take out time to go watch movies. I take out time for holidays. But at the end of the day, because of the fact that we live in such a digital world and you have one phone in your hand, you are able to at least control a lot of things. So I would say while your work is under control, the other side of life is also fully taken care of.
All right. With family-wise, so fit tomorrow you're going different place. Family-wise, do you like set time? यो मन्थमा चाहिँ यति डेजमा फ्री हुन्छ, I'll give time family भनेर हुन्छ कि अब तपाईको randomly just आफ्नो work?
No, so my plans are fairly well sort of prepared in advance. I know where I'm traveling, and I tend to do it in such a way that I travel everywhere, but my family lives in Delhi. So the whole hop in, hop out
Yeah.
session happens out of Delhi itself.
Okay.
So wherever I'm traveling, I make it a point that I go to Delhi, I travel again, I come back again, I travel to next place. So I'm able to at least have complete access to family based on my planning.
सी तपाईँको अब फ्यामिलीबाट कहिले टाइमै भएन हामीलाई टाइम भएन जस्तो के आउँछ त
Well, also, but I've got a very understanding wife as well, and she also motivates me and encourages me in my professional growth.
Right.
So that's also very important.
That's one of the most important.
Most important.
Yeah. Otherwise,
Oh, you can go mental.
you have to balance both.
You have to balance both, right?
Correct.
And she's very understanding, yeah.
Right. अनि like you have 3 brothers there. मेरो पनि 3 जना दाजुभाइ हुनुहुन्छ. म चाहिँ middle. अनि between brothers there, do you have a competition? Like
No, we look after our own verticals. There's no clash of any verticals. Our growth plans, we've defined our own growth plans. But wherever we see that, we can complement each other, we work on that. And we 3 were sent to a boarding school at the age of 6. So, our fraternity...
Same school or different?
Same school, we went Venom Boys and then went to Toon. So, our upbringing has been fairly solid in the sense that, we've grown up together.
So you work
So our solidarity is quite strong.
Wow, yeah. So with us, like हाम्रो चाहिँ same place, different school.
Yeah.
So हामीले टाइमै स्पेन्ड गर्छौँ मैले नो यस्तो कहिले भएको छैन बट नाउ वी आर क्रिएटिङ समथिङ सो वी क्यान
No, it's very important. दाजुभाइको support र दाजुभाइको your understanding is something that will take the legacy forward.
100%.
So that's how we look at it.
Yeah, 100% like. And what's the benefits, like 3 benefits and 3 challenges being son of first billionaire of Nepal, Varun Chaudhary?
So challenges, I'll tell you. The expectation bar is set so high that obviously everybody is looking at us. So that's a big challenge. Number 2 is my father being an excellent time manager. He is able to balance his political life, his family life, his business life, his social life. So he's able to do everything.
Yeah.
And still be ahead of the game. So us managing our time in accordance is something I would say that's also equally challenging. Number 3 is he's a very, very disciplined person, like extremely disciplined. So our boarding school has taught us that, being self-disciplined, and being under him, we've learned a lot.
Yeah.
So these are the 3 big challenges, and the next one was
What's the benefit?
oh, the benefit is huge. First and foremost is he's given us a global platform. So our way of looking at things is so diverse and is so open that we look at world as our oyster. We look at countries, no matter where it is. If the opportunity is there, we go for it. So he's given us that outlook to think.
Yeah.
Number 2 is he's installed passion in us. When we see him, when we look at him, we see passion. Number 3 is for us, it's about taking Nepal to the world. And that's exactly what we've been doing.
Yeah. So, हजुरको father, I heard from someone, so उहाँले चाहिँ even all digital, just I am carrying iPad, उहाँले चाहिँ still notebook र pen धेरै हिँड्नुहुन्छ.
So he's, like, till date, every single meeting of his, उहाँले चाहिँ आफैले note लेखेर, उहाँको notebook is well maintained for years and years. I mean, we put it in laptop, our laptop but it's linked to the phone, but he is still of the conventional school of thought.
Yeah, someone said me once, still he's using note. That's why he's ahead of the game.
Oh, there you. So that is discipline. And like I said, that's how we learn from him.
Wow, okay. So, and yourself, so how you keep yourself accountable, because discipline, even though sometimes and how you keep yourself accountable, making sure that you are doing the thing that's supposed to be done in correct time.
So, हाम्रो कस्तो छ भने my meetings, my reviews, where I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to do. I mean, I've been in business for about 15, 16 years now. But actually more. I joined business in 2004.
2004.
Yeah, so almost 20 years basically.
Yeah.
So by now we know what we are supposed to do. We know what our priorities are. We know how to control our team. We know how much of space to give them. And at the end of the day, we are blessed to have our father watching us as well.
Right.
No matter how old we become, he is still there to see if things are moving as plans. If there's any deviation, he's able to preempt it and correct it. So with so much of close monitoring and watching, I think we are doing fairly well is what I want to believe.
One thing I have noticed that I've checked तपाईँको most of the interviews होइन, every interview मा तपाईँले आफ्नो fatherको नाम you use like couple of times. You have that respect that एउटा तपाईँको मनबाटै every time.
Yeah. He is a godly figure for us. That's what he is, and that's the level of worship and respect we have for him.
As a director of तपाईँको Chaudhary Group Global, who is do you think your biggest competitor?
We are in 13, 14 verticals, and every vertical has its own competitor.
All right.
But more the competition, we enjoy it. If there's no competition, it's boring, right?
Yeah.
So we fight it out.
Yeah. So it depends on the area.
Depends on the area, and like I said, it's not one company. The multiple companies are not just Nepal, worldwide. So imagine the amount of competition we have. And so I don't want to name anyone, but any and every competition, we welcome it.
So different strategy huncha.
Yeah.
They come up with different plans, and how you compete with them?
So the way they have their setup, we have a very, very high level of professional team. We've got some of the best brains. So when you work with good human resource, when you work with a good network of people, I think we are ahead of the game. It's about the people, that's it.
The right team.
Yeah, the right team.
Okay, the Arko. So where do you go when you need advice, support apart from your father? Where do you go? Who in your inner circle? तपाईँको inner circle को को हुन्छ apart from your father?
So I've said this in my earlier interviews and in my talks as well. The other person I look up to is Mr. Gautam Adani. He, by far, is that person who installs that high level of motivation in us. He is able to also give us that sense of confidence that think bigger and bigger. So he definitely is a person.
So even office I spoke with him. Jun global the spread wings beyond Nepal. That gave me an energy. I should do it as well beyond UK, a real statement, environment, and like you said, so Adhani, someone you look up to when you approach. Ani arko dai. So as topic jun your busy business ma bhayera cha, what has been your biggest lesson you have learned that have helped you to grow exponentially?
Oh, I learned how to survive in the 2008 global recession. I was in Dubai, and I think one of the hardest hit economy was Dubai. And I learned from there how to survive and the whole quote of the whole narrative of survival of the fittest. And since then, no looking back. You survive that, you know what you need to do. You can do anything. Yeah. So that's been my biggest learning.
All right, okay. Touch and wood, I hope this never happens, but if you have to go back to zero and you have to start everything from scratch, what would be your first 3 moves then?
I have that self-confidence that even if I start from zero, I think I can come back, like, as they say, like phoenix from the ashes. So that confidence I have. And if I really have to get back into something, the industries that I know well, the FMCG, real estate, infrastructure, I think these are the industries I would get back because I know this.
You have the
You know,
knowledge.
today, if you tell me to go and do something in space or NASA or something, you know, I mean, I'll be dumbfounded.
Yeah.
But the industries that I know, I think no problem at all.
Go back to this. industry.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay. What's the two others?
I think I named three, right?
Is it?
FMCG, cement,
And real estate.
and real estate, infrastructure, everything.
Yeah. All right. So 3 tips to make your brotherhood strong. Topic of relationship with the brothers.
Communication, understanding, and blind faith.
Blind faith. Yeah. Okay. When was the last? Now this is kind of like a mixed question, right? When was the last time you flew in commercial airline?
I only fly commercial.
You sure that?
I only fly, and you know what? It doesn't matter that you gotta fly only business class or first class. I actually fly Indigo a lot.
Okay.
Because it's got great connectivity, great flight timing. It doesn't matter. So that way we are very, very simple in terms of our travel plans.
Okay. I wasn't expecting that answer.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's on record.
Okay. Right. Okay. Other question there. How many private jets do you own?
None at the moment, but hopefully,
Yeah.
let's see 3 years, 4 years, 5 years down the line. Why not?
All right. Okay. And as topical story, you travel around. Right? You topic different car when you travel. What's your favorite car?
The G63,
Okay.
the Mercedes G-Wagon, that's my favorite.
Yeah. I was talking with him. Daikomal G-Wagon with the Hiragun every time.
G-Wagon is my favorite.
Yeah. Okay. But this is something people have requested, viewers.
Absolutely.
What advice would you give to someone who is trying to scale his business and struggling with his entrepreneurial journey?
You see, the whole narrative of the startup and I think the success rate of any startup is what, 0.1% or maybe 1%. You need to do your commercial viability first. Just by saying that I want to get into business, I want to do this, do that, because I feel that there's an opportunity. That question of I feel there's an opportunity, so I must do it. You have to revalidate that most important question. If you do purely based on a reckless sort of a regime, you're doomed to struggle. And that's where the downfall happens. So we got to understand the business we're getting into. More than that, we got to understand ourselves first, that what are we capable of doing? Whether we are cut for business or not. If not, we're cut for business, we are cut for getting employed and working under someone. Whether we are cut for business and working under someone, or we are fit to be a sportsman, a musician, an artist, there's so many things. You got to answer that question to yourself honestly, that what do you want to do and what you're good at. So then if you're able to answer that, then I think your struggle will be much more bare minimum. That's what I feel.
So just going through the topic of answer, first is understand yourself.
Yeah, you got to understand, you got to have confidence here. You got to know what you want to do. Like say today, if you tell me, then go and become a doctor, I know for a fact that I can't. You tell me to become an engineer, I cannot. Why? Because business is my DNA. You know, I may love doing other things. I may love driving and stuff, but that doesn't mean that I'll go and drive an F1 car. Business is what I do. And that's what I'm good at. So similarly, you need to understand what you're good at. What you feel you want to do. So whatever you do, you gotta have this sense of excitement from deep within that I am loving the thing that I'm doing. You gotta love what you do. Then even your struggles will convert into opportunities. Your struggles will convert into strengths. Only based on what you love, what you do.
Right. Okay. Last question, Dai. So as you topical first answer, you talked about the network. It's not what you know; it's who you know.
Yeah.
So as a business owner or individual, How can someone improve the network?
See, it's a very tricky question. What is networking? Networking is being extrovert. Networking is positioning yourself well. Networking is having the right communication. And networking is giving the respect to the other person. And it's not an easy thing to do. Networking is really not an easy thing to do. So you gotta have so many ingredients to network with people. Once you network, that's just the beginning. It's how you maintain it. And that's exactly what I do.
How can someone improve that?
No, like I said, the way, let's take your example. You reached out to me and you've been consistent. You've been consistent to what you want to do. And that's what I like about you, your consistency. Your consistency is what improves your network. It's not like you met me once and, oh, fine, I met him, I'm happy, and that's the end of it. No, because you've been consistent and persistent in the fact that you want to grow from point A to point B. You just don't want to be confined to UK. You want to grow elsewhere and spread your wings. And that's exactly the first thing that I told you after we had that conversation where I was able to join from video call.
Yes.
We spoke on the phone and I said that you must look at other countries in the world. So this is all part of networking. Right. And this is what we do and this is what adds on to our business. And how you sort of are able to make best use of your network is something that will grow you bigger and bigger.
Wow, that was amazing conversation. Right? I've learned a lot, and thank you so much for your time. Our viewers have learned a lot. They will learn a lot from this video. It's great video. Tapaiको insight, advice, and link. Once again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate that.
Thank you so much.